This is Yvonne Sims. In this episode of Strong and Courageous, I'll be featuring Fran Johnson-Jamison, a faithful woman. Now hear from Fran how despite life's many struggles, she has remained faithful.
My name is Francina. I prefer to be called Fran. And the adjective would be faithful. And I'm also an overcomer. The fact that I have endured so much in my life, for one, but yet still find a way to endure, to get up and go and still do the things that God has for me to do. I don't feel like doing it every day. I don't feel like getting up every day. I don't feel like doing a lot of things that I have to do, but I do it because I know that God has something great for me, and I try to be as faithful to Him first as I can, and in doing so, being faithful to Him, I'm faithful to other people. The birth of my son Brandon in 1981, he was born prematurely, weighing 1 pound 12 ounces at 6 months of pregnancy, and he died 3 weeks later. It was a terrible time for me and for my husband at the time. It's something that I would never want to see anyone else go through. I managed to get through it with the help of God and my family, and there was also a person at the hospital who helped me through it, and her name was Jay, and I will never forget her. She was very instrumental in helping me to see that actually what I went through, I would be able to help others. At the time, I couldn't see it because I was in the midst of it. But after a few months, I was able to get up, get on my feet again, and help others. I counseled other parents of preemies. At the time, I was at Georgetown University Hospital. I was asked to help other parents, which I did. I also guest lectured for first-year medical residents at the university there about dealing with parents of preemies. There was a car accident where I was hit by a drunk driver, and that caused some severe pain in my body that didn't really materialize physically until the past maybe 10 or 15 years, maybe more than that. I deal with pain 24/7, and on a scale of 1, they usually ask you to rate your pain on 1 to 10, and I usually say I'm at a 20, and that's almost every day. Nobody can understand how that pain is in the back, the neck, and the legs unless you're going through it. And that is something that I overcome by, once again, getting up, doing what I have to do, and keep it moving. That is my motto, keep it moving. I have become a facilitator at a class at church, Healing for Damaged Emotions. There are times when I really don't feel like going to class on Thursday night. It takes everything within me to get up and move and get going and get into that class. I will always do the best I can to get into that classroom. And I always feel so rewarded when I leave because I feel like I've made a difference. God has allowed me to share my life with these women who are battling the same types of demons that I was. I realize more now than ever before how I have to depend on God, how I have to put my trust in God, knowing that He wants the best for me in everything. By putting my trust in Him more and more, it has helped me to realize that, number one, I'm not in this by myself, that He's always going to be there with me. You have to sometimes get away from just people that will hold you down, pull you back. The people you see every day, sometimes they mean well, but they aren't well for you or for your highest good. It took getting away from the distractions, from the familiarity. This assignment that I'm on now, it's not something I would have chosen, but it's what God wanted me to do, and I'm doing it. My relationship with Him is more important than any other relationship. My prayer life is very important to me. My prayer language is very important to me because that has enhanced my prayers. That has helped me to grow, I believe, more than anything. Develop a close relationship with God.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Strong and Courageous. I'm your host, Yvonne Sims. To hear more stories of strength and courage, visit my website at YvonneSims.com or my Facebook page at Yvonne Sims. Until next time, beloved, be strong and courageous.